The year 2024 comes with some great news for the RTS fans out there. It's been said that this year we could see some real gemstones that might even bring some interest into this genre again. I'm StarViper and welcome to the top 10 best RTS games of 2024. Starting off strong with Age of Mythology Retold. Now it's been years people have been hoping to see a new Age of Mythology game, because we all know how great that game was, with all the factions that were so unique built and also the god powers, mythic creatures and titans. Everything about Age of Mythology was awesome, and now it kinda seems that the wait was worth it, because we will be getting what we wanted. Age of Mythology Retold will be a complete remake of the old game, not a remaster, which means that everything will be built again from ground up. There is not a lot of information in regards of how the game will look or any sort of gameplay teaser at this moment. We only have a short announcement trailer available, but we could expect something truly fantastic according to the modern day technology that is not as limited as it was before. As for when the game will launch, it could launch this year. Who knows, maybe the developers will surprise us and drop it at the end of 2024. But I would most likely go for a 2025 release date expectation. But maybe later this year we might be getting a actual gameplay trailer. Next up we have another awaited RTS called Frostpunk 2, which is also a sequel to the original Frostpunk game. It is set 30 years after the events of the first game and starts where it basically ended. Humanity succeeded in rebuilding a city that has now grown into a metropolis, and from there other problems start. It also promises some new innovative and interactive ways that have not been yet seen in the previous Frostpunk game. Obviously, humanity will still struggle with the harsh and cold climate, so your task will be to sustain your population's need of heat and other supplies such as food and all sorts of other resources. But there will be factions this time that might start wars, and other internal problems might also occur. So if you're interested in Frostpunk 2, it will most likely launch at some point in 2024. Another title that caught my eye is Stormgate, as this game at the first look is quite similar to Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2, and this might be mainly because ex-developers of those games have been working on the project. Knowing this means that we could indeed expect this game to succeed and maybe bring back the RTS hype for people. For now there are two main factions, the futuristic humans and the demons that invaded Earth and tried to consume it. These two will battle against each other for dominance. There is also a third unknown one on the way, which will be revealed later. The game wants to focus a lot on 1v1 gameplay and competitive gameplay. Stormgate will as well be completely free to play. This will definitely bring a huge amount of people to it, but makes us think about the in-game purchases. Hopefully they will not add any pay-to-win elements to it. In my opinion, from what we can see in the trailers, the game looks promising and could indeed be a success when launched, but this remains to be seen. The developers from Squarecut Games have surprised us with this title. Red Chaos: The Strict Order is a refreshing game that will please a lot of classic RTS fans out there. It is a game that is focused more on a fast-paced RTS style, like the games Red Alert and Command & Conquer. Your core resource is money, and you will have to expand your base progressively and capture points of interest on the map to expand your territory. The main focus being obviously the destruction of your opponents. At the moment of speaking, the game is in its beta phase and has two factions: the Iron Hand, that is a more advanced military force with high technology, and the Resistance, that is more of a rebel-like faction. The factions have also super weapons available that can be used to decimate your foes. If you are interested in this title, keep an eye out on my channel, as I will post a review about this game soon. Godsworn. Godsworn is an upcoming RTS game that is set in a fantasy/mythological period of the Northern Crusades, where you will take control of a divine hero and will have to gather followers and destroy anyone that opposes you. Not only that you will command your worshippers to build imposing cities, but you will have the opportunity to assemble a massive army that is combined between mortals and mythical creatures. Also, the game will have multiple heroes to choose from, each of them being unique in their way and having all sorts of special abilities. Godsworn will be mostly focused on the campaign that will be completely playable in a co-op mode. Dino Lords is a upcoming real-time strategy game that combines city building with some action-packed battles and obviously dinosaurs. You play as a commander of a small settlement and have to expand it to attract new villagers to your home, and also build good fortifications and a strong army to be able to face off the dangerous enemies that have learned to tame dinosaurs. Dino Lords looks quite interesting, and from how everything is presented, it seems also a quite unique idea. On number 7 we have Barkhan, a game that looks similar to Dune, as you will be battling battling for dominance over some precious resource on a sand planet, and yes, there will also be sandworm-like creatures called sand snakes. Barkhan offers you 3 playable clans, and each of them will be unique in their own ways, some being specialized more on armored vehicles while others on tech weapons. The concept looks good, even though if it is obviously inspired by Dune. Hopefully the game will also deliver everything as promised. On number 8 we have Empires of the Ants. This is basically a remake of the old 2000 game made by the same developers and will focus obviously on ants as the name implies. You will take lead of an ant colony and will have to expand in a RTS style while also battling against other ants and insects. If the game will look as in the trailers, I mean in such a photorealistic way, we could say that maybe Empire of the Ants will be one of the best looking RTS games ever. Have you ever played a 8-bit game? Well, the developers of the 8-bit games come with a new title called 9-Bit Armies A Bit Too Far, which will be a sequel to the 8-bit series. The game will feature 2 campaigns, the possibility to play with friends, complete destructible environments, and a massive mod support. Basically, 9-Bit Armies will be suitable for any RTS fan. Last on the list we have Sanctuary Shattered Sun. This will be a traditional real-time strategy game that will focus on massive war zones that will span over 40 by 40 kilometer long maps. This means that there will be no unit cap in the game and you will be able to spam out as many units as you wish. The projectiles and bombs are simulated to resemble the real-life ones, immersing you into the game more. This means that, for example, a rocket can misfire or can land accidentally into an airship if it's in its trajectory. Also, another interesting feature will be the possibility for you to control the weather. For example, you will be able to freeze some parts or completely the whole maps, destroying any ship on water and also making new travel ways for your ground units. Sanctuary Shattered Sun will also feature 3 factions that will be uniquely built. This being said, we come to an end of today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If yes, don't forget to subscribe, comment with which of these games you want to try out, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any gaming news. See you in the next video.